Last time we talked about the surface meaning of these three stanzas, and what are these three stanzas. He goes on Sunday to the church. It sounds to him like her mother's voice, toiling, rejoicing, and sorrowing. These are the three stanzas we talked about. We talked last time, and we talked about their surface meaning, as well as I told you some deep meaning of these three stanzas. Today we are going to talk about last stanza of this poem, and today we are going to finish this poem. Okay. Thanks to thee, my worthy friend, for the lesson thou hast taught. Thus, at the flaming forge of life, our fortunes must be wrought. So, here in this last stanza, poet thanks blacksmith for teaching him a lesson. And what is that lesson? Thus, at the flaming forge of life, our fortunes must be wrought. Thus, on its sounding anvil shaped each burning deed and thought. So, what is this stanza, last stanza here? S.W. Longfellow thanks blacksmith for teaching him a lesson. And what is that lesson? That lesson is that, yes, the village blacksmith inspires because he teaches us all a valuable lesson. The blacksmith teaches us all a valuable. And what is that valuable lesson? That one must work very hard in order to get success, in order to talk to people by looking towards their eyes, and by keeping his head high, by looking whole world in the face. One must work very hard. Whatever he endures, be it hard work, sorrows, or joys, he still carries on, striving hard to shape his life. So whatever he has in his life, whether it is hard work, whether it is sorrows, whether it's joys, he still carries on. There are ups and downs in life. Okay, life is a product of ups and downs. Sometimes there is happiness, sometimes there are sorrows, sometimes there is joy, sometimes you have to work hard, and this way life goes on, life moves on. Whatever he has, whether it is hard work, whether it is sorrows, whether it is joys, he still carries on. He never stops. He works hard day and night, striving hard to shape his life. So he is striving hard, he is trying hard, he is working hard to shape his life, to shape his life out of those sorrows, whether it is sorrow, whether it's joy, whether it is happiness, to shape out his life from that sorrow, to shape out his life from that happiness, to shape his life, to live his life properly, to live his life happily, to live a contented life. Contented life means satisfied, with the life with which you are satisfied. Okay, just as he shapes hot burning metal on his anvil, the way he shapes metal, the way he shapes iron bands with his anvil, in the same way hard work, sorrows, joys, happiness shapes the life. So here anvil is happiness, joy, and sorrows, and the way he works on that iron band is what? The shaping of life. कि कैसे वो अपनी लाइफ को शेप कर रहा है, by working hard, by joy. He shapes his life out of those sorrows, whether it is sorrow or joy or happiness. He shapes out his life from that. Okay. So wrought means shaped, anvil means a heavy iron block with a flat top on which metal can be hammered and shaped. Forge means a furnace where metal is heated, and parson means priest. Okay, so here what does he do? He goes like a common man. He goes to church on Sundays, and he hears his daughter's voice, and that daughter's voice reminds him of his wife, not his mother but his wife. That reminds him of his wife, and tears roll down from his cheeks when he is reminded of his wife. Okay, he needs must think of her once more, how in the grave she lies, and with his hard rough hand he wipes a tear out of his eyes. That tear that rolls down from his eyes is actually what? That's a grief inside him. That means he misses his wife. He through his daughter, he sees his wife. wife. Okay, and it teaches you that how, overall I'll tell you that this poem teaches us how we have to live our life, how we have to live our life, how we can live a respectable life by working hard. You can live a life, respectable life, by working hard. You can look into the eyes of people by working hard. You can look into the people of eyes when you don't owe anything to them, when you get success on your own, when you work very hard, when you work very hard. So there are some poetic techniques in the poem as well, and here, see in this, here brawny arms are compared with iron bands, and the muscles of his brawny arms are strong as iron bands. Means brawny arms are compared with iron bands. So here he has made use of simile. Imagery I have told you, and there is alliteration as well. Where is alliteration? See, whole world. Okay, whole world, wet with. Okay, these are the examples of alliteration. Is any other example from here with alliteration? Here his. Okay, here him. This is the example of alliteration here. Here's his. And any other example? His hard. Okay, flaming forge. This is also an example of what? Alliteration. So here we have assonance. Assonance, what does assonance mean? Assonance means when in the stanza, or when in this stanza one of the lines in the stanza consists of matlab, see, here we have o, yes, and looks the whole world. Here it's o, isn't it? O means this is assonance. Assonance means when you have the when the poet makes use of same letter in the one of the lines of the stanzas. Okay, when the poet makes use of this same letter in one of the lines of stanza, okay, that's assonance. That's called assonance. So what does this poem teach us overall? This poem teaches us that we should live a life, simple life. We should work hard, whether we have joys and sorrows, or happiness, or something else in our life, and through that happiness, through that joy, through that sorrow, we must shape our lives. We must shape our lives, and we must work very hard. This is it. We have finished this poem. Tomorrow we will discuss something more, grammar and all. Till then, stay at home, stay safe, take care of yourself. Allah Hafiz.